All right, I'll try to keep this concise, but it's a bit of a bigger topic. So we're going to cover the 5 different scale positions, and there's 5 bar chords around each one of those, and these are important because this is the way you can connect the whole neck. So you might have heard of it called caged theory. It's C-A-G-E-D, and that's just a random acronym for the different bar chord shapes that you can use. So I'm going to cover this in D just because of it works out well to explain C-A-G-E-D thing, but I'll show you the drills in A. So so the C in C-A-G-E-D, what that means is it's a C-shaped bar chord. So if you take your regular open C chord here, if you were to do that, leaving out your index finger and play a C, you'd do that. Now if you take that up 2 frets, bar this, you're playing an actual D chord. But it's in the shape of a C. You're using a C-shaped bar chord. Okay? Now that's all, the top of this chord is just your regular open D chord. That's the exact same notes. Now, if you take this low C, which is on the 5th fret on the A string, and you move and you put your index finger on that D, that D is the root note, now you can do this. And you can make a D chord in an A-shaped bar chord. So it's the shape of an open A. Again, if you take your open A from here, bar it, move it to here, you have a D. Okay? Now, you got a D right here, which is on the 7th fret on the G string. Now, if you move your index finger to that one, you got these 3 notes of a D chord here, and you can make a G-shaped bar chord. So it's hard to do the whole thing at once. I'm doing the bottom of it there. I mean, I guess you could kind of do this. You'd never do that. But now, this is probably, nobody thinks of using a G-shaped bar chord, but this is one of the most common ones because you can do your D like this. You can do that. Okay, so that's your G shape. The next one is the one everybody knows. You got a D note right there on the pinky from that G shape. Put your index finger there. And that's kind of the pattern. Move your index finger to the highest root note, and then there's the next one. So it's your E-shaped bar chord. Again, it's just like an open E, but you're barring it there to make a D. All right, and then finally, so we've done C, A, G, E. So the last one is D. You got a D there. Your highest D is right there. It's on the 12th fret on the D string, because we're an octave up, and you can make a D chord here like that. Now again, that's something that's like, wow, that's hard to make that bar chord. Why would anybody ever use that? We don't use exactly that, but I'll tell you what I use all the time is this, which is the 7th chord of it. And you wrote a song around one of these, which is, again, you take this D-shaped bar chord here, and you take the 1 and make it major. That's your major 7. That's what you use here in you're using a G chord, and you're using a D-shaped bar chord, and you're making a major 7 of it. So there's your 5 positions: C, A, G, E, D. And then you're back to C again here. Now the key is around each one of those positions is any kind of scale you want. So let's move back. Actually, I'll tell you what. I'll just end that one there and mess around with finding those all in D, at least those different chords, and then I'll do another one on the scales around those.